Hi there, and today I'm investigating a fourth Lego Monorail set which was never released, which I've just found out about. Now, I love the old Lego Monorail system, and I'm fortunate enough to have quite a bit of it. I've got two copies of the set 6399 from 1990, which was the airport shuttle set. One of them's still in its original box, although it's seen better days. The other one's loose, but they're both complete, and they even both have their instructions still in good condition. In fact, my third ever video on this channel way back in March 2019 was a short 1-minute video of my two airport shuttles running round together, and that was just after I got my second set and thought I'd set them up together. I've also got two copies of the set 6921, which was a simple loop of monorail track, as well as set 6347, which is an oval of track with two switches with a passing loop in it, as well as a box of random bits of track which I've bought over the years. But as well as the airport shuttle, there were two other monorail sets launched by Lego, but they were both in the space theme. Firstly, predating the airport shuttle in 1987, there was set 6990, which was a space themed set, and that was based around the space sub-theme of Seatron. And then years later, in 1994, Lego released set 6991, which was called the Monorail Transport Base, and that was based around the space theme of Unitron. And that was when the switches were introduced and you could develop your monorail track system a lot more. Now, yesterday I was idly watching YouTube and I came across this video called Every Lego Train from 1964 to 2023 by a YouTuber called DZ Studios, who I've never watched before, but I thought it'd be quite fun, so I had a little look. It was a cute little video just showing pictures of every set that Lego have made in trains, but then 5 minutes into his 13-minute video he suddenly said this.
Lego do also release 3 monorail sets, that being 2 space monorails and the airport shuttle. Also, there was a 4th one planned that never happened.
I wasn't actually paying much attention at the time, so I had to rewind and double check what I'd heard.
There was a 4th one planned that never happened.
And he even had a picture of it. So that was it, my day was lost. I was on a mission to find out what on earth this set was. Now, he gave absolutely no details about this set in his video, and it was almost just a throwaway comment. So I had to resort to everyone's favourite friend Google and find out what he was talking about. But before I get into the detail, if you've gone to like this video, please do click the thumbs up, and of course, please hit the subscribe and the bell icon to be notified of more Lego videos. But back to this elusive monorail set. So first of all, I managed to find the image that he showed in his video, and it's got a little bit of a wider shot than he showed, and you can see the monorail in a bit more detail. The first thing you notice is that it's a lot wider than the other monorails. The other 3 monorails were generally 4 studs wide, and you can see this is at least 8 studs with these large octagonal pieces around it. It was definitely space themed again, as you can see 2 of the red Futuron minifigures in the picture. The other interesting thing is that there's lots of recolors of parts we never got. You can see those lattice pieces used as legs underneath the space station, and they're in white and yellow, and they never were released in those colours. Also, the standard monorail pylon seems to be in blue, and they've only been released in black before. They were also using the large octagonal dome pieces on the end of the space station, and they were in red, and they've never been released in red. But the most interesting recolour was the monorail track itself. It looks as if the monorail up here is meant to be sort of above water, and then as it goes down the slope, the monorail track changes to a blue colour as if it's going underwater. So after a bit more investigation, I found out that this is actually from an entire theme that was never released, which was going to be called Seatron. So we had Futuron and Unitron in the space themes, and this was going to be Seatron, which was a space theme based around a planet of water, or a sea planet. But differing from the other 2 space monorails, they both had white monorail motors. The only one that had a cover was the airport shuttle, which had a red cover over the top of it, and you can just about see between the 2 cars on this picture that either the monorail motor was yellow or it had a yellow cover on it. And after a little bit more looking around online, you can actually find that several people have tried to rebuild this set using existing parts or recolouring parts to try and make the ones that were never made. There's a digital build of the set which can be found on brickshelf.com. There are also 2 YouTubers who've made really quite faithful recreations of the monorail set. The most extensive information though is from a guy called Daniel, who works at the Atlanta Brick Co. shop in, I guess, Atlanta. And not only has he recreated the monorail that he found, there's also a second image of what was called sea people, who are supposedly going to be the aliens in this theme, and there was an image of a number of spaceships of theirs, and he's also recreated these, and I'll put a link to his video below. Now, I think it's really quite sad that not only did we not get this monorail set, but we didn't get that entire theme of Seatron. You can see from the colour scheme of the monorail with that yellow and dark transparent blue that this theme obviously turned into the Aqua Zone theme, which was released a few years later. But as for the Monorail series, it's also a shame that that was cancelled. However, the sets were very expensive for their time. The airport shuttle from 1990 was $140. I think that was Lego's most expensive set released that year. And in today's money, that $140 would be about $320. And this was back when we didn't have adult fans of Lego buying 18 plus sets. This was just a regular set in the City line. So am I going to be recreating this set myself? I don't think so. I'm going to be using the Monorail theme in my Lego City. However, most of my space sets are from the classic space theme and not from the Futuron or Unitron theme. And although I have quite a lot of track, I don't have enough track to have two different setups, one for my Lego City and one for my space theme. But I'm really grateful, especially to people like Daniel, who've put so much effort into recreating this set, especially recolouring current Lego pieces to match in with pieces that were never released. And if you've got the time, I would thoroughly recommend watching the full 35-minute video from Atlanta Brick Co, where Daniel and Mark both discuss the entire theme and all the sets that Daniel has recreated. If you already knew about this theme, please do let me know in the comments below. If you've liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And of course, please do subscribe for more Lego videos.